Hi guys,
He's
I'm Greg.
right, I'm Jerry. Let's do this. Sorry, I was just trying to have fun, you know.
You trying to have fun by talking over me?
Yeah, I just want to launch right into it.
Not in Trump's America.
I didn't think about it. Not in Trump's America. You don't sit down, you heathen.
Speaking of segregation, X-Men is having TV spinoffs coming to TV.
It's true.
There's a show on FX called Legion, and then Fox, they ordered an X-Men TV series, which sounds really interesting. It's about these parents who have, these human parents who have kids that end up being mutants, and they end up going on the run because the government or whatever is after them, and it causes them to meet up with other mutants and form a partnership, a bond, becoming its own kind of X-Men, I guess, in some weird way. Anyway, I think it's cool what the X-Men franchise is doing. They already have so many multiple timelines in their movie cinematic universe that I think, why not fuck it up even more with the TV shows?
Yeah, well, and I don't know. At least me as a viewer, I'm pretty relaxed to the point where if you want to make each thing its own little world, it's fine by me. Like, do it.
The Legion show, to me, looking at the trailers for it, I don't know what Legion's really about, but I kind of like that. I don't want to look up more about it.
Well, I like Noah Hawley a lot. Like, I think he writes some cool kind of out there stuff. So
I agree
like,
with
I
that.
like Fargo a lot. So.
I totally agree with that. And I think that the Legion show looks like an awesome FX show. Like, it looks kind of spooky. It looks weird.
Right.
It looks like a gripping piece of material. Like, I feel like this could be a really great stretch. And I hear it's really doing its own thing. It's not really worried about connecting to the movies. I hear it might not be connected to the movies at all, actually. Which I'd be okay with. I think that's a great way to approach it. Approach the mutant universe in a different way.
By all means.
It's this Fox show I'm a little bit concerned about, honestly.
I'm always concerned about network TV now.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
barring certain things, but when especially jumping out of like big scale action movies into network TV, like I'm always a little.
Well, from what it sounds like with the Fox show about the family on the run, it sounds like they want to make that a little bit more part of the mutant X-Men world of the movies.
Okay.
I could say that better. They want to make it part of the X-Men movies a little bit more, you know, but like the producer was talking about like, you know, like Wolverine could exist in this universe, you know, he's just somewhere else or something, you know.
Is this the one, the Fox show is the one by the Burn Notice guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I like Burn Notice. I know what Burn Notice is. I don't know, like...
No, it is.
That's a reference to Donald Trump's favorite television program.
You're right. Like, I think of like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which didn't seem like it was really getting like a great reputation until they finally included like Ghost Rider and shit into their show.
Oh, is that working out? Like, I don't really ever hear about it.
Well, it is working out, and people seem to be liking it more. Okay. With the X-Men TV series, I'm like, if you're going to do your own TV series, and even if it is still connected to the movies a little bit, like, look at it like this, all right? Great example. Joss Whedon, he did the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. pilot, which is fine and all, but it just felt like a lower-scaled movie of what the movies offer you. And I feel like Bryan Singer doing an X-Men show for the pilot, it's like, I'd rather just have you guys make it your own thing. Like how Netflix shows for Marvel are still connected to the MCU, but they still feel like their own thing, you know? They don't feel like they're trying to be like the movies necessarily. And I feel like Bryan Singer would probably just make it feel like his movies that he's established.
I get wary because you're jumping from like all the keys to the kingdom with the movies. Like you're used to a certain level of action and effects and set pieces and design and all that. And you know, I'm sure Fox will put a good amount of money into this, but still, it's weird going backwards into a smaller scale.
Yeah, well, I feel like any of the X-Men movies don't have to be, like, if you put, like, the X-Men movies on TV, like, ran it on Fox for a night, you'd only, like, bleep out a few curse words here
Actually,
or there.
yeah, with the first... Yeah. I think I just have the taste of Apocalypse in my mouth still.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's that. So, and I'd probably be more excited if Bryan Singer was directing it if Apocalypse was great, but he's still done, like, some pretty great X-Men films outside of that one that... Most people don't think is that good.
He's only had the one not all that
I mean, he established the fucking X-Men movies in the first two, you know? Totally. So I could see it being cool. It's just, I don't know. It's like, does Bryan Singer really have the passion to bring something new and different, or is this more like a marketing maneuver he's doing, you know?
Yeah,
to direct
totally.
the pilot, establish its look and tone and stuff. I don't know. It could be cool. I think between the two shows, I'm more excited for Legion off the seeing the way it looks. Just
much
looks way
more
cooler.
Excited for Legion. I mean, I think this can work in either format. Like, especially thinking about it more like X-Men with the different kinds of mutant capabilities and everything. Like, I think there's stuff you can do, but if you're gonna have two at the same time, maybe there'll be conceptually just so different that they'll both work. But yeah, I feel like, at least from what I've heard and especially from what I've seen of Legion, like it seems like that's the one I would be much more interested by.
I feel like there will be people confused by these two shows.
Yeah.
You know, people, like, a surprising amount of people were pretty confused by, you know, what is this Rogue One movie? I don't get it. You know, like,
really?
Yeah, there was a lot of people who were like, wait, is this a sequel, or what is this going? Like, people,
it's a Star Wars
people just
story.
didn't know what was going on with it, and I feel like with the X-Men movies, and then you have a show that's kind of connected to the movies, then you have one show that has no connection to the movies. I feel like people will get kind of confused by it.
Yeah. Well, and I'm also, because they said, you know, they were going to give Noah Hawley like a good amount of room with the FX show to kind of get out there and make it his own.
Which sounds more intriguing. Which, I feel like if the Fox show was doing that, I'd be more intrigued too.
Yeah. And that's part of the thing for me. Like, I saw the poster for that somewhere, and I saw the circle with the X in it, and the first thing that crossed my mind was, is this an X-Men show I don't know about? Like, why is it called Legion? You know, I think people could get it. With Legion, when I watched that trailer, it didn't seem like it was trying to be two X-Men at all. Like, it seemed like it's probably going to be really its own thing.
There was nothing in there other than the word mutants that really made me go, oh, this is X-Men.
Yeah, like, if nobody told me it was directly linked to X-Men, I probably would have just thought, like, oh, it's just kind of like X-Men.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a more philosophical, abstract X-Men.
Well, what do you guys think of the shows? Are you excited for it? Do you still like Bryan Singer after X-Men Apocalypse, or have you lost all faith in him to do another comic book movie, just like you did with Sam Raimi with Spider-Man 3, even though he made Spider-Man 1 and 2, which were both amazing films? Put your comments below. Subscribe to The Real Rejects. John, Reasons to Jerry on Twitter and Instagram, social media manager of so many things. Just look in the fucking description box.
DonaldTrump.com.